Hey everyone, I am Sanket Singh. I'm working as a software engineer at Google and welcome back to my channel. So, guys, in today's podcast, I've invited one of my best friends and I would say a very special guest. So, till now, like on my channel, whenever I would say invite someone, they are generally from a background who, when they are a software developer, senior software engineer, full stack developer, front end engineer, back end engineer, or like similar coding profiles are there, right? They all those people are someone who have like made their career by doing a lot of code, by learning a lot of programming languages, building a lot of projects, and so on and so forth. But today I have invited my best friend, that is Sarthak Joined. He is working at PhonePe as a product manager. So till now, like on my channel, every time when I invited someone who was a software developer, they always used to give some context to all those students or all those folks who were more inclined towards coding, right? Who like programming so much and they are like too much into data structures, algorithms, software development, web development, back-end engineering, front-end engineering. But I would really say that product management is a field where not only those people who are really keen towards coding, but also those people who are not that much inclined towards coding, but have a really, I would say, great enthusiasm for tech, has got a great future. And the special thing about our today's guest is whenever you will find someone having a profile of product manager, you will see an MBA degree or maybe an MS degree lying with them. But Sarthak got the role for a product manager by just having his bachelor's degree and 1 year of experience. So this is something really, really great and really special, to be very honest. So we will be discussing a lot of things with Sarthak, and there will be a lot of, I would say, experience that Sarthak brings to this channel, definitely. So that being said, without any further delay, let's just start. But before starting the video, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and don't forget to hit the bell icon so that you never miss a video whenever I put the next video on the channel. So let's just start. So, hey Sarthak, how are you? Welcome to my channel.
Yeah, hi Sanket. Thank you so much for inviting me to your channel.
Yeah, so like I already told you guys about Sarthak. So Sarthak is a computer science engineer for from MAIT Delhi. He then worked as a business technology associate at ZS Associate, and after 1 year, he transferred his complete profile to product manager at PhonePe. And you guys know PhonePe is one of the leading fintech companies and fintech startup that originated directly in India. So it's like, how does it feel, Sarthak, to be in such great organization at such early stage of your career? Like, how do you feel? And definitely, our viewers would like to know that how you were able to bang this opportunity of product manager just based on your skills, no degree at all, pure skills. Like, can you definitely throw some light on that?
Yeah, sure, definitely. So, to be honest, it's a tremendous opportunity for me. To be honest, I have never really imagined that I will be able to crack such a great product-based company and will be working as a product manager directly over there. But I would say there are certain things that I did during my career that helped me pave this way towards the product management as a role. So, if I have to be very clear, in my initial days at college, I was not aware of product management as a real role existed in the organizations or what product management meant for me. But later on, when I studied in this direction, I had some keen interest in the tech side of it, and then I also realized that at the moment I was not directly into so much of the coding part, but also on the business aspect of it, also on the other parts of it, let's say design part, marketing, user research. So at that time, I did not realize these terminologies in general, but in depth, I would say. But all these came into the consideration whenever I was thinking about some product. I was always interested in digging deep into some products, what they meant, what are they doing, what are the things that they work on, what is their target segment, and so on and so forth. Then I moved my career towards it and was able to bank a 0 day company at my college, which is ZS Associates, where I was working as a partial developer, partial analyst. So a lot of times goes into creating new products which are meant for clients and everything, which were based on some coding platforms. But a partial time was also invested in analyzing those data sets, gaining those insights, making some strategies into the picture. Uh, Again, I would say at that time I didn't realize that would be very, very helpful in my today's role. But yeah, getting those development part done and also working on the data part of it, working on the insights and creating strategies is one thing which is also very common as a role for a product manager. So by the time I was working at ZS, I was also parallelly working in the direction to gain more skills which are required in some way for a product manager. Uh, I would say I was constantly practicing, I was constantly reaching out to other fellow product managers. What are they doing in their organization? What are they differently looking for people? And since majority of my time was also moving into how to break product manager interviews. So uh, if you know something about coding interviews, there was like coding test, and then the people turn into next round, and then there are technical solution round and some system design round. But the interview scenario is totally different for a product manager. There are some certain kind of assignments you have to do, and then things discussions are based more on the product field of it, not too much into technical depth, but covering all the aspects of it: technical, maybe business aspect, maybe design aspect, or maybe in any other direction of the field. So that is what I did during my that time. I listened to a lot of podcasts, I watched a lot of YouTube videos, I refer to them day in day out. So whatever extra time I had during my job, I tried on doing that. Also simultaneously applied to a lot of jobs on LinkedIn and on the other platforms, reached out to a couple of people for referrals. And for this particular job at PhonePe, I reached out to the directly to the chief product officer of PhonePe, if they can offer me this opportunity. And uh, I am the example today, so that I was able to crack those all those rounds, and I am working as a product manager at PhonePe.
Yep, that's really great and inspiring. And like as I said to all of my viewers, like why I got so much inspired from the journey of Sarthak was because like in a profile where the minimum requirement a lot of people put is an MBA degree or at least a master's degree, Sarthak was able to prove himself that irrespective of the fact that whether you have a particular degree or not, if you have those corresponding skills, if you have the knowledge, if you have some experience in that, then definitely you can excel there. You can prove your worth to the interviewer, you can prove your worth to the company, and no matter what your degree is, the company is going to offer you. That is really, really great. Before moving forward, I would like to thank the sponsor of this video, that is Cryo.do. Cryo.do is the world's leading work experience based learning platform to learn the latest tech skills. And Cryo.do provides a unique opportunity to learn QA automation skills by building professional work-like tech projects on their platform. At Cryo, you learn with practical work experience similar to a real job. At the end of their program, you will walk away with multiple projects, and you will be having those projects listed in your resume, which will give you a real work-like experience and a fantastic GitHub portfolio as well. That's not all. Their program also comes with a guaranteed placement to help land some of the best automation testing roles. All their program come with a 1 week free trial and assured scholarship after the trial. So, what are you waiting for? Use the special link in the description section given below and book a free trial for the Cryos QA opportunity and get a 10% additional discount for their master's program in QA automation testing program. So Sarthak, as you said that in your initial role you were having some part of I would say coding, then some part of technical aspect and an analyst aspect, right? So as an overall role, what product management is like? Our viewers might be someone from third year or second year or fourth year of the college, and they might not also understand what exactly product management is. Is it a pure coding profile? As you said that in the coding interviews there are like some certain steps. There is an online test, then there are some DS algo round, then system design round, dev round, and so on and so forth. But the product management rounds are also different. So, like, what this profile is, what is the actual day-to-day work of a product manager? Can you definitely throw some light on that?
Sure, definitely. So as you mentioned that there are different roles in different aspects. So there are design roles, there are analytics roles, there are person who are developing tools in front end, back end. Then there are some other roles in business and marketing strategy. So product manager, I would say, is an amalgamation of these roles. Basically, it's the person who is the central node for all of these people to connect with, who will be charting out some thinking, some design ideologies, some functionalities that has to be built into product, who will be keeping a bridge between all of these functions. So where, for example, a designer has to connect with a developer, there would be some context that has to be transferred to and fro, and for that functionalities product managers are there to convey what a designer is thinking to a developer, or what developer are able to do in their feasibility concept to a designer, that this is feasible, this is not. Something on same lines for a developer to a marketing person or a business person, what all things can be possible, what all products can be feasible, what is that timeline looks like, what are the strategies that we can use, some kind of prioritization. So for example, something like a Google Maps as a product, you will have a lot of things that are running parallelly, but what thing to pick up next, what kind of feature to have, you have to bring in, what kind of bug fixes that you want to include, what are the next set of functionalities, maybe in the next 3 months, 6 months, 1 year, you want to include in that product, is what a product manager does. So a CEO cannot directly comment or work on each and every product. They just share their ideology that after 5 years or 1 year or certain time, I want to see this product as grow as this product, and on the basis of that uh, final destination and that the initial destination, you start to line out the roadmap, like these are the features that I have to build in, this is something that users are looking for, this is how I will work on it, and then you work with a lot of stakeholders to bring those functionalities into that product. It could be developers, it could be designers, the analytics person, the business finance guys, and all the other aspects of it. In certain cases, I have to also work with legal teams. But there are few things that are very uh, sure of this role, are that you are not supposed to do any coding job, you are not supposed to design the actual files the developer will use. There could be some wireframes or mockups that you have to design with a pen and paper. You don't have to do that. Same goes for, you don't have to write all the analytics queries yourself. You can do minor data research yourself, but most of the work is done by the analytics guy who is working with you. Then there are certain things like marketing. You don't have to do the marketing part of it, but maybe you have to discuss with the marketing person what are their aspects on marketing this product or feature, what are the target segment they will run ads on, or what are the streams, maybe social media, maybe TV ad, paper ad, or maybe it is something which has to be not marketed even at all, because this is something which cannot be marketed. So these all decisions are somewhat taken by a product manager. So also, in an aspect, it is the first person whose head will be on the line if the product fails, and that is the person that will be taking on all the responsibility, what all product he has designed, what all research he has done, and will be presenting a business case to stakeholders. And on the same lines, I would say, if I have to say some skills part, so this is generally an open-ended question in general, like what all skills are required of product manager, what kind of role it is. So it is strictly dependent on a startup or an MNC where you're working, because they define the product manager's role internally, how things work. Because a Google product manager would be a very different between a PhonePe product manager, and that will be a very different role with a startup or a seed funded product manager, because they are working in a different directions altogether. But what I can assure you, that if you have some bit of knowledge, if you have that product thinking and the data orientation, as in how to work with data, how to gain insights from it, how you can derive that why is that kind of data is coming, or what can be used or what can be done with the help of this data, then you are the right person to be a product manager. Anywhere else you are, anyway you're going to be utilizing these skills day in day out as a product manager.
Makes pure sense. So, like in a nutshell, if I talk in technical terms, product manager is the articulation point for multiple components of the company, right?
Correct.
So they are going to connect the dev team with the marketing folks, and they are also going to connect them to the data analytics folks. So a lot of things are there. So definitely, I believe you explained it pretty well. But one very important point that you mentioned, that it's a completely non-coding profile, right? One more thing that I would like to ask to you, that is it like absolutely no code that you have to write, or someone who is struggling to learn code? Do you think product management is a good field for them? Or like, let's say if someone is like good in coding, but now doesn't want to pursue coding as their day to day, I would say, task and profession. Do you think for those kind of folks, product management could be a good way to go for? Obviously, you mentioned about the fact that if you have that product kind of a thinking, that is going to be really, really important. But on an average, what do you think that people who are having these kind of interest, do you think product management can be a good fit for them?
True, exactly. So a lot of people are not aware today that product management as a field also there. So day in when you enter a college, and most probably if you are an engineering person, there that the initial pressure is that you have to break into software engineering field and crack any software development profile in any of the companies. But product management is a no code profile, but it does not say that you don't have to be technically sound. You have to be very, very technically sound so that you can talk to a fellow developer in your team, maybe on the front end side, app side, Android, iOS, or backend. You should be able to talk with them, understand their terminologies, understand their pain point, so that you can both work and bring out the best in each other. You can both understand what are the nuances, what are the timelines look like. For example, something like a developer would say that this is a project that has to be done with the help of some microservices, or this is the product which we have to code in-house, or maybe we have to use some library or framework which is like open source library which is already available. So these are the things that you have to understand. So I would not say that zero coding is required. So how I would put it, you have to have the technical mindset, that you are able to understand how things work in the technical scenarios, but you don't have to code in your day-to-day routine. That is the pro and a con at the same time. So you are not supposed to code, or you are not supposed to review someone's code, or maybe test someone's code. That is not part of their job profile. But to connect with every person who is technically sound, you should be able to match their excellence in some way, match their level of skill set, because there will be some jargons, there will be some terminologies that a developer might throw on you, and you should not be backed against a wall. You should be able to understand, and on the same level of synchronicity, you should be reciprocate the same thing and reply in the same manner. That is how the bonding works. And this is the most common question, like if you are from a non-tech background, if you are from a non-coding field, how can you break into product management, or is product management a field for them? That is absolutely true. I have seen people coming from every background moving into their direction. So there are people who are coming from technical side and then software development field and moving to product management, and generally they bring on and become a technical product manager. But someone who is coming from a design side become a design product manager. Someone who is coming from a marketing side become a growth product manager in future. So everybody starting from any of the team, it could be something like analytics team, it could be sales team, it could be support team, because at that point of time you have worked on that part more, but you also have the aspect of other fields as well. You are right fit for a product manager. That is one constraint that you have. Nothing else is bounded by the limits. Also, there is another myth that is going on, that you have to be an MBA, you have to be more experienced than any person, like as in 3-4 year experience people can only break into product manager roles. So these are all conditional things. What I have felt, like I am not a 3-4 year experience guy. I don't have an MBA degree right now, but I have breaked into product management field, and that is the same for you. I have seen people who are from a totally different stream, totally different college and scenarios, but still break into product management, are working as a senior product managers and bringing good products for consumers every day. So if you have, like, that is what I'm saying, if you have that one skill which is product thinking, you're the right fit for a product manager. Then all the other skills, maybe it would be managing those product prioritizations, or how to talk with stakeholders such as maybe co-founders, CTOs, or other people, or maybe somebody on the same level as you are in the different teams. So that kind of things can be learnt on the way. But product thinking is one of those skills that is the only requirement right now. You don't have to learn any specific coding language, you don't have to learn any design tool, you don't have to learn I would say too deep of SQL, or how maybe PLSQL or any other analytics language works, or maybe something like you don't have to know how data science or machine learning works. But you should have to have that knowledge that this is something that exists in today's world, and how you can incorporate into your own product.
Makes sense. Makes sense. Yeah, that totally makes a lot of sense. One very last question, Sarthak, that I would like to ask you. So you mentioned a lot of things, that what kind of different career perspective, just as a product manager, you get like analytics product manager, growth product manager, technical product manager, etc. So like if someone is there in their college, maybe in bachelor's or maybe in master's, how should they prepare, not for the product management interview, I'm not talking about any interview preparation, but as in for the preparation of this role, that if they aim to become a product manager, then what are the major important things that they should learn and practice in their college life? Can you recommend a few of those things?
Sure. I think that's the most asked question. So, what a person can do to become a product manager? And I would say, and I would suggest if you can start as early as in your career so that you become a great product manager. Because this is something which is similar to any other field that you keep on learning every day, day in, day out. Something like a skill, as in you are a good product manager, defines like how you work in that direction. But there are certain skills that you can work today when you're in college, and you can move into the direction of product management. So something like I would say to develop the product thinking. So how to develop that product thinking is to understand what a product can. It could be a physical product, maybe something like a mobile phone, laptop, or it could be an online product. Let's say Swiggy, Zomato, Ola, Uber, or PhonePe. How these products work? What are these targeted to? What are the things that you can improve upon? What are the things that they have made it in such a way that is very easy for you? So something like how transaction works, or maybe something like how someone can easily add something to a cart and then make to the payment. So these all experiences, how these products will work in, and this is some hardcore knowledge that is coming in your way. So whenever you are in your life, if you start thinking everything as a product, you automatically think of these in all those directions. For example, if you are uh, thinking of any other item, maybe it could be something like a comb, or it could be something like a toothpaste. Just think of it as a product and just keep on thinking how this could become better, or what is the target segment, or why they have priced it at this price only. uh, what they can do to increase their market share, or is it increasing the market share right thing for them, or is it something that they are targeting a different segment altogether? So these all thinkings that you bring in your day-to-day activities will help you increase your product segment. Second thing is coming to form of data analytics or data orientation that you have. So whatever data that you get, whatever things that you can, so there are sample files, Excel files, some sample data available on the internet, how you can derive some insights out of it. If this data has come, for example, somebody has scored this runs, so in this matches, you can derive some insight like this player is a good batsman, or is it like a good wicket keeper, is this player going to go first down, second down in the match, or something like that. So how you can derive insights on the base of data. And and the next step would be what those data as in represent as a user behavior. Like this could have come this data, but what the user behavior represent for that particular part. So that is something that you can start working on. Third, I would suggest there are plenty of YouTube videos available. Plenty, you don't have to go and buy or purchase any course. I am not in favor of some certification personally because I have not done that. But you can go and watch free YouTube videos that are there for that help you how a product has been worked. Something like product breakdown, or something like a RCA. So whenever something breaks for a product, let's say uh, Ola's market share is dropping in terms of autos. So this is a problem statement. Then you have to work in RCA, root cause analysis. What are the things that are breaking? Is it something specific to a some state? Is it something specific to some segment of the market? Something like that. Is it something which was your app is broken, some bug is present there? So these kind of thinking will come into the picture. And last and foremost thinking would be if you can utilize time, there are very short uh, 5-minute podcast or half an hour podcast available on different terminologies, because you will be using them very aggressively than any other field. What are these CTM mean to you? What are the click to rate? There are certain things like MRR. Some So these terminologies or these jargon words, if you want to prepare for that, you can start listening to those podcasts so you can understand what all those terminologies that product managers think about. What are those metrics that they think about? Because how do you define a good product? Because there are some metrics that you have defined, and people are working on in that direction, that are giving you good numbers on those metrics. This is how you can think about in the direction. uh, Also, apart from that, you can start connecting with people, because one another important aspect is that stakeholder management, that you should have good communication skills with your peers. So maybe something like working in your society at your college, or maybe hosting something at technical or cultural fest at your society. Working with a lot of people is something that will help you in stakeholder management. Something like how you can convince someone senior in the ladder or the food chain, or how you can also in a way ask somebody junior in your food chain to work for you, because they are not bound to work for directly for you. They are not in a way. So understanding that learning is a very very important aspect. So working in societies, working in different organizations, working with different people will help you own this skill in a much better way.
Makes sense. Makes sense. Yeah, like that was like a, I would say, a very in-depth insight around how people who are still in college can prepare for their product management role. And I believe, as you said, that start as early as possible. My recommendation also to everyone who even wants to build a profile in software engineering is that the moment you realize the fact that software engineering is for you, start. I would say indulging in the overall concepts, in the overall knowledge of software engineering as early as possible. Same things applies to product management as well. So I believe that is going to the last segment is definitely going to help a lot of people to see one more thing, that not only coding or software engineering is not the only thing that is running the world. There are still a lot of profiles that are going to give you a post on much higher on the hierarchy. They are going to give you good pay, and definitely will help you to land a job in a product based company where you are not doing any non technical work, you are not doing any marketing stuff, you are doing the technical part, you are definitely involved with all the technical teams, all the management teams, and you are the central node who is like I would say the point at which everyone is going to come and communicate their thoughts. You have to think a lot about how the product is going to grow in the overall market, what kind of features can be there, a lot of things. And definitely me as a software engineer also is definitely in on regular basis in communication with my product manager, because definitely we also have to see what kind of new features we have to implement. That is something instructed by our product manager. So yeah, this is something a very exciting field, and I would highly recommend all of my viewers to check out how you also can become a product manager, what kind of things excites you in this field, and definitely explore this one part. Also, one very very important thing to mention, if you want to listen to Sarthak's thought and how he achieved a lot of things and how he was able to conquer his journey, then Sarthak has his own YouTube channel named as The Sarthak Show. I'll link the YouTube channel in the description section. Do check it out and do subscribe to Sarthak's channel as well. And that being said, let's just wrap it up. It was like really, really good experience, Sarthak, that you segregated out some time from your busy schedule. I believe there are a lot of meetings that a product manager has to do, but still you saved some time for us and gave all of my viewers a very in-depth analysis on the I would say job field of product management. Really, really thanks to you.
Thank you so much, Sanket, for giving me this opportunity and guiding a lot of your viewers. I would suggest, if you want to reach out for any kind of product manager help, you can feel free to reach out to me for any of these things. What are the doubts or discussions, and how you can break into product management? And apparently, I would suggest that if you, the only thing restricting you from moving into any kind of field is your own self. So if you decide that you want to become in this direction, you want to grow in this direction, you want to grow in this field, there is nothing that you can restrict you. Something like MBA degree, or something like more experience or product experience, something like, maybe I would say, not knowing enough coding or not knowing enough technicalities is not enough to restrict you. So keep on hustling. All the best for your future, and I will let's hope you become a good product manager.
Yep. So that being said, let's just wrap it up. Don't forget to hit the like button, guys, if you enjoyed the video. And if you have any doubts, don't forget to drop your doubts in the comment section. We would be happy to resolve them. And we'll meet up you guys in the next video. Till then, take care, guys. Bye bye. Have a great week ahead and love you all.